tell you about something interesting and important, so listen carefully. And let's make a deal. I'll be honest with you, and you'll be honest with me. Let me ask you something. Imagine the situation. You've been thinking about something all day, be it a dream or a goal you wanted. But then you ask yourself, but what others will say? That's it. After that, everything disappeared. Have you ever been in this situation? If yes, let me know. You can raise your hand. Yes, I see you. Now I want you to see each other too. Look around. You are not alone. This is important because sometimes we think we are the only ones who feel that way, but we are not. Psychologists have found that fear of social judgment is one of the strongest human fears. I became curious about it too, so I did a small research. I asked my friends, how many times did they give up on something because of others? And their answers surprised me. Even if the bravest and strongest say they often avoid doing something because of other people's words. Also, I noticed that most affected by others is teenagers. And I was right. More than 60% of young people say they often avoid post something online, not because it's bad, but because they are afraid of negative reactions. So, think about it. Not because they lack talent, not because they lack ideas, but because they fear opinions. So what happens when our mood, our confidence, and even our dreams start depending on other people's words? We'll lose ourselves. And just imagine, how many songs were never sung, how many ideas were never shared, how many dreams slowly disappeared, all because of one simple question. What will people say? I think we all know these words, but very few of us truly understand where they lead us. We're afraid of judgment, afraid of criticism, afraid of looking strange. Sometimes we don't even try. Not because we can't, but because we are afraid of being judged. But what if we are afraid of the wrong thing? From early childhood, we have to be right. To get good grades, to behave properly, not to stand out too much, because approval feels like safety. When we are kept, we feel protected. When we are criticized, it hurts. And all the time, we start to confuse two things: our value and other people's opinion about us. I thought for a long time whether I should tell this story, but I decided to share it because I believe people can change and bring something good into this world and into themselves too. I'm afraid of speaking in public. I know there was nothing to be afraid of, but I was still scared. Every time I had a chance to go on stage, a voice inside me would say, what if they don't like it? What if they will laugh? What if I look stupid? These thoughts were louder than my desire, and I stepped back. One day, I was standing behind the stage again. My heart was beating so fast it feels like everyone could hear it. I kept thinking only one thing: what will they say? But then, I asked myself a different question. Not will they like me, but do I like what I'm doing? And the answer was honest. Yes, I do. I like performing, I like this feeling, and if I like it, isn't that enough to try? And now I'm here. And honestly, I don't know if everyone will like me. Maybe some people won't, maybe someone will say indifferent. But you know what's surprising? I'm not scared anymore. Actually, I'm proud of myself. Because for the first time, I went on stage not for approval. I went on stage for myself. We are often told, overcome your fear and everything will work out. But the truth is, sometimes nothing works out. Sometimes the result isn't perfect. Sometimes we are not chosen. And if all our confidence is built on a plus, it collapses it. But if it's built inside of us, it cannot be broken so easily. Why do we allow the opinions of people who are not living our lives to decide who we should be? We forget that people only see a moment. They don't see our effort, our fear, our journey. Their opinion is just a perspective. But it's important not to confuse criticism with advice. Not every opinion should be ignored. Sometimes we really need an outside perspective. But there's a big difference. And to show it, I will show you two scenarios. Scenario 1. You know, I wrote an essay, but I think it's not good. Well, honestly, it's weak. What do you mean? You didn't explain the topic well and overall it's boring. Scenario 2. I wrote an essay but I think it's not good. Listen, your idea is actually good. Really? Yes. You should just develop the topic well a bit more and then it's be better. Did you see the difference? In first dialogue is criticism. It's built on what's wrong and hard confidence. But in the second one, it's advice. It shows how to improve and help the person. So if you find yourself in a difficult situation, if you don't know what to do, it's important to turn to people who truly understand you. Those who want the best for you, your close ones. Because their words don't break you. They make you to be stronger. But when you face criticism, it's important to understand one thing. Your opinion about yourself must be louder. Not more arrogant, not more aggressive, just stronger. I realized this thanks to my parents. They often relied on themselves, not on others. And that helped me a lot. When I was worried about something and almost gave up on my dream because of other people's words, they teach me that confidence is not the ability of criticism. It's the ability not to fall apart because of it. It's understanding. Yes, I can make mistakes. Yes, some people may not like me, but that does not cancel my value. And maybe right now there is someone in this room who is also afraid to take a step. Afraid to speak, afraid to try, afraid to move forward. I'm here for you, because I understand you. Not long ago, I was standing in your place, and I understand something simple. Fear doesn't disappear, it stays, but no longer has to decide for you who you should be. And at some point, you will have to make a choice. Other people's words or your dream. When you listen to others, in the end, only one question remains. Did I live my own life or someone else's words? But when you choose yourself, other people's opinions stop being so much power. So next time, when you hear what others will say, ask yourself a different question. What will I say to myself if I don't even try? Thank you.